Our next guest is one of the biggest names in Dallas fashion, and she's featured in the current issue of D Magazine on newsstands right now. And I love her. I absolutely love her. She's one of my dearest friends. Just, a testament to that is that today we wore the same dress.
She didn't even realize
I didn't even know that you were going to be on today. And so I'm excited that you're here.
Oh, so good to be here with you ladies.
Good to see you. So let's talk about, because we're going to do a whole segment after this and show some of your newest looks. But let's talk about the Freedom Project, because this is something that's so near and dear to you.
Well, and I started it 8 years ago when I was coming out of a horrible situation. You can read all about it in this month's issue of D. Had gone through my own personal struggle, and it's always easier if you focus on people less fortunate. So my sister brought it to my attention that there are these women in Cambodia that were sold by their parents into brothels. And so a woman over there, Jenny and Eric Hansen, have a project where they help the women get out. They train them, they educate them, they feed them, and then they help them get on their own 2 feet. So
wow.
They are now making all of our purses.
Wow. So have you been able to determine how many women you've saved?
There's about 1,000 people. It's now expanded past women, because if you help women and empower women in a community of poverty, yeah, everybody's affected.
I love that. That's why I tell people it starts with women.
So Abby, can you go back in the story to what happened with you?
I was in LA, a 23-year-old young girl, fell in love with a guy who pretended to be one person. He's actually now the known con artist of Hollywood.
Oh no.
So he was a really bad dude, but PhD, really smart, really savvy, and he ended up wrapping his tentacles around my whole world, my finances. Ended up in some pretty bad, he was abusive, first verbally and then eventually physically. And
oh no.
Yeah, it was pretty yucky.
Yeah. But that's what gave you, though, the heart and the passion to now help other women who are also in that same type of cycle of abuse.
I know, I was kind of laughing because the whole Monsters University you guys were talking about, I was like, yes, I didn't go to fashion school. Yeah. I've been sewing since I was little, and I got my degree in something completely different. And
so when did you start actually the Abi Ferrin line?
When I was 23 in Hollywood, when I was dating that guy, and it was one of those things he would use all of my lacks to hold it against me, like, oh, you're just doing a handcraft business. There was always this put down, and because I didn't have the education to back it up, I always felt less than. But overcoming that and realizing, God doesn't look at who you are, who you aren't. He gives you talent, and it's not, you didn't go to the right university. Well.
Right. So what was a turning point for you? So you went through that abuse. You knew you had this desire and passion to make beautiful fashion designs. What was the turning point? How did you get over that?
Well, the first turning point was Dana Devon, who was hosting Extra, came up to me at a party, and I was just sewing for myself. Said I have to have that, and I didn't tell her that I was at home making my own clothes. I was like, oh, I'm a designer, and she sent her wardrobe people and picked up my outfits that I hurried and had dried cleaned.
You're like, they'll be right over there. Just give me a minute.
And she was featured in InStyle and
oh my gosh, and then your whole world blows up, right?
Well, I was like, I'm an overnight success. And 10 years later, I would say it's a lot of overnighters.
You've had one at my house.
Oh, I've had like 3 weeks of overnight.
Oh my gosh. Abby and I connected over a dress for a Tyler Perry, his opening of his theater.
It was a ball.
It was literally, it was a ball, literally a ball.
Which I've never done a ball gown either.
She did a ball gown for me that was out of this world.
I know, we'll have to send the picture over so you guys can show that someday.
Do you do a lot of one of a kind pieces?
I do, and actually it's become a more smaller part of my business because it is so personal. So I only work with a few clients that have been friends forever and making because it's so hard. It's really an intensive process. It was funny when I was doing Pat's dress, probably like the 5th day I came over, Skylar opens the door and says, oh, you again in that dress?
And then you come in there like in our bathroom, and it was like, hi, Abby. Here you are again. So tell us really quick, how can people get involved with the Freedom Project?
Well, we have several different ways. If you go to my website, there's a link that will link you directly. I'm more of a pass-through, so you can contribute directly to them.
Okay.
Every one of my dresses supports them. We have a button that we buy from them every month, and every garment has a button so that no matter what, if you have an Abi Ferrin dress, you've already supported them.
Right.
And then these purses we have available for sale on our website, and we also have the link to the website where the girls run their whole own business. So I encourage people to go to their website, which is saxom.org.
I was just telling you during the break that I have this clutch in black and used it over the weekend and got a ton of compliments on it. It's so cute. Love it.
Wow.
It's
Well, girl,
very cool.
I just commend you because you know what? You're turning your passion into great purpose. And I love that about you.
Thank you.
You're a true girlfriend.